So guys, on this one, I'm going to show you how to do highlights under your paint, I guess I want to say. So I'm going to take this Vallejo Air Model Air White, and I'm going to put some pre-shading down, and then I'm going to come by with the Panzer Gray, because the Panzer Dark Gray is very dark, so I kind of want some high points and low points to kind of create shadows. So I'll put the white down first, and then we will come in with the gray. So I just take a little bit of white. And, you're not going to do a lot. You're just going to find key areas. I've been told that you really want to hit the higher points because the lightness really will stand out more that way. And I usually do this more so with black and darkening my high points, but with the gray so dark, I figure I better do this on the light end of it. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're both kind of learning on this one together. And this is a little kit that I got from a garage sale. It's a trumpeter kit. It actually really went together really nice. Not a lot of parts on the sprues. I think there was 4 sprues, but it just really came together pretty well. The wheels were probably the most of the build, but inside the turret was pretty nice too. I was pleasantly surprised how well that went. As you can see, there's a whole thing, but it's not being visible, so I'm not going to paint it. And that's something you can do. A lot of guys will go detailed on that, but if it's not going to be shown, I'm not going to detail it. And but hey, everybody has their own preference. My preference is on this one, no, I'm not going to do it, not unless I can truly show it. And then, so I did the lower hole or the upper hole here, so I'll set that aside. Now I'm going to do the lower hole a little, just to give us some accents for the dark gray. Because I really know my Vallejo dark gray really does get dark, and I really just want just a little lightness to it, just the contrasting colors, which I think really makes your model pop out. And don't get me wrong, I will have some black shadow on here also, because I will be doing the wheels, the road wheels with the Vallejo tire. And so that's all I did there, is just light shading, and then when I come in with the gray, it'll be even lighter. So as you guys can see, the white really is starting to pop out nicely. So now I'm going to hit this with the Panzer Dark Gray. And like I said, where the white is, I won't go as heavy as I will where there is non-paint. So I will just lightly the nice thing about the airbrush is you don't have to put a ton of paint down. I mean, it's your preference. I know some guys put millions and millions of coats on their models. I cover it. I kind of like sometimes how the texture comes out with a lighter coat. See, you can see how you can create a shadow. I mean, if I spray this Panzer Gray, it can be pretty dark. A little too dark for me. So I like to just lightly bring it over. And I try to be authentic with, I guess, history. And I know there are some guys out there that just really, really are all about the details of how it really, really was. And I say, that's great. And I do that at times. I'll build my models like that. But I build them for enjoyment and how good I can paint them. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to paint it pink. I'm going to paint it the colors, you know, that it was. But, I mean, technically I could have probably did this in the After color too, and I would have been just fine. But you just do what you want to do. If you want it to be gray like this, go for it. Don't let anybody make your decisions for you. This is your model. This is the enjoyment for you. And you know what? You're the one that's going to display it on your shelf. You're the one that's going to be weathering it as much as you want. And if you want to have it look like it came out of the factory, go right ahead. Sometimes those look just as nice. You don't have to make your model look like a piece of history. I mean, I just think tanks are cool. And, you know, sometimes, yeah, I like them to look like they would be in battle. But I also like sometimes how they look like coming off the factory floor. I mean, I love the build. That's what I love. And to me, it's very, very relaxing. It's just fun. It's enjoyable to see how an engineer has created dies so they can cast these models, and how well the kits go together. And I was down at Andy's today, and he showed me a new border model of a new futuristic tank that he got in, and Borders did it like a Gundam. So snap together, no glue, no paint needed. But this thing was really cool because it came with a light kit, and then it had a sound box in there. And we were looking at it, and I was like, you know what? That would be just fun just to do because it's unique, and I love unique things. And I asked Andy, you know, and he's doing a review of a boxing review on it this week. But I asked him, I go, what is something like this? Is this like $100? And he goes, no, it's only $65. And guys, I think that's a great price. Because this thing was a 1/35th scale, and there's a lot of screws to it. And it looked cool. It really looked cool because you could have it set up as a tank or set up like an artillery piece with a turret. It gave you two options, and I was talking with him, and we both thought that was the coolest thing in the world. But, you know, and like I said, if you guys haven't been to Andy's hobby headquarters, he's over at 59th Avenue and Greenway, just south of Greenway. He's got a great shop, guys. And if you can't find it there, go to his webpage, AndyHobbyHeadquarters.com, and you know he has flat rate shipping, so it's only $9.99 to ship anything. So if you order a lot, you can make that shipping not be even relevant, because you got a couple $100 worth of models and accessories and stuff. You know, the shipping is irrelevant, and in town you'll have it within 2 days easily. If you do a morning order, you'll have it the next day, because those guys are really, really efficient down there. And yeah, I know I'm plugging the heck out of Andy, but you know what? He's a really good guy. He's a really I know he's a businessman, but you know what? He has the stuff that we all want to do our hobby, and you know, there's no other model shops in town anymore that are even close to what Andy's got, and he really is just adding more and more and more. So, you know, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I tend not to go to Hobby Lobby anymore because they just same model, same stuff, and I'm getting bored with it. I like the new, exciting stuff. And but as you can see, guys, I took quite a few layers, but I still have the lightness on the areas I want, and I want that because I want the two-tone. And so let me get the hole finished up, and we'll be back.